Jermaine Dupri, artist, whatever else, who knows? Very successful. I don't know. What is JD? He's an artist, but he's also a producer. I don't know. I don't know. But he's been extremely successful in the music industry, and I don't want to downplay that. He's been extremely successful. Listen to his perspective on this. They're discussing the economy.
So we can't have a conversation about just inflation without the commensurate wage growth. Now, Jermaine Dupri, you've heard this a lot, that things were better under Trump. I've heard it a lot. How widespread do you believe that is?
I don't believe that.
No, I'm saying, but it is a pervasive.
Oh, yeah.
It is a pervasive attitude.
Yeah. No, I mean, I represent, I don't represent, but I'm here to speak to the YDS generation.
Sure.
That's the young, dumb, and stupid kids that's out there, right? And they have this.
Well, they are. That's crazy.
They are young, dumb, stupid kids. And I also want to remind y'all. So when the brother Justin Pearson was also talking, one thing that I forgot to mention, he said something about, what did he say? The socialization that it has taught us different things about black culture. He was talking about the reasons why we're attracted to Trump, because it's like, oh, you get all the girls, all this other stuff. DL Hughley, you're sitting up here talking to Jermaine Dupri. You got other rappers in the audience who come from an industry, whether it's Vic Mensa, whether it's Lil Scrappy. You have people that come from an industry that promotes this type of culture. It's not Trump promoting black people. Let's be very clear. Black culture was not created by Trump. Black people, the culture that has been established within black people that has been super destructive to our communities. These same people, some of them participated in it. They were participating in the industry. Kenny Burns, who we're getting ready to hear from. Bro, you were the senior, you worked for Diddy. You participated in this industry. And now we're blaming Trump for like making a relation to Trump. If we are like how does it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. But let me get back to this video before I go off on another tangent. He just said, I want to repeat that again. Let me go back and listen to what JD said.
Dumb and stupid. Speak to the YDS generation.
Sure.
That's the young, dumb, and stupid kids that's out there, right? And they have this.
Well, they are. That's crazy.
What it is.
So clearly he's talking about the younger men that are deciding to go elsewhere and not support the Democratic Party. I don't know how old Jermaine Dupri is. DL Hughley, I believe he said he was born in like 1964 or something like that. Black people have been voting Democrat for, I don't know of a family member that I have. I can think of maybe one cousin on my nan's side that was a Republican. I can think of one. He was involved in politics, but everybody else in my family has voted Democrat for year after year after year after year, election after election after election after election. And we're still, and what is that? And what prize does that won us? It's won us the prize where if we don't vote in this election, we're going to be thrown back in chains and shackles. It's won us where Democrats have been in office for 12 out of the last 16 years. And this is still an election that if we don't win, Donald Trump, we going back to slavery. What have the Democrats done? You're calling young men young, dumb, and stupid. But who were the, I'm not even going to say it, how smart of it is, let me reverse it, how smart of it is to continue voting for a party that consistently proves that they will not do anything for you, that looks you in your face and says you ain't black unless you vote for me. But the young ones are young, dumb, and stupid. Or maybe they're just looking at a lot of the older folks. I ain't throwing myself in that category. A lot of the older folks that have been just voting Democrat after Democrat after Democrat, expecting different results but doing the same thing. Insanity, right? But he's calling young folk young, dumb, and stupid. And this is the same thing that Barack Obama did when he said, well, yeah, I know you're not voting. I know you're not voting for Trump, but it's the Pookies. It's the Pookies. This is how they try to insult our intelligence. And it's a shame that an older black man is allowing that and feeding into it. Because even if you want to vote for Kamala Harris, why does it make sense? Why do you feel comfortable calling young men young, dumb, and stupid? Because if Donald Trump called those same young men that are supporting Kamala Harris young, dumb, and stupid, you would have a fit. But because they're choosing to look in a different direction, now they're young, dumb, and stupid. This is the Democratic playbook. Like, I don't understand. Why do we keep falling into this trap? Like, do people not see what's going on? Let's keep going for a second.
They have this in their mind, right, that, you know, as Newface said on the video, the stimulus checks, they're paying attention to things like that, and they're not hearing the information that needs to be heard. Right. You know, the stimulus checks, the locking people up for selling weed. Right. These are the street topics that's happening. Sure. That's all I keep hearing from. Sure.
So all you keep hearing about, and you're mad that black people are running around saying Trump gave me them stimulus checks. Should I look at y'all? Should I look at my grandparents and say, well, y'all sold out for the social programs of Lyndon B. Johnson? Because before the social programs, we had our families together. Yeah, before that, black women were more likely to get married than white women. We had a family structure. So you're criticizing or getting mad, calling young folk young, dumb, and stupid for allowing the stimulus checks to have them looking at life or looking at the perspective on Donald Trump a different way. But the whole time, that's what we did with Lyndon B. Johnson when we sold out for all of these social programs that incentivized the black women to not need a black man in the household, that destroyed our families, that have us dealing with the very same problems that all these men are complaining about 10 minutes earlier when they're talking about, well, gun violence in these black neighborhoods. As if the Ku Klux Klan is coming in and killing everybody in black neighborhoods. It's not that. Black people are the new Klan when it comes to these inner city gangs and stuff like that. Black people are killing black people. We always want to look elsewhere, look outside, and place the blame everywhere else, but looking internally and focusing on the things that are well within our grasp and well within our control. And that's why nothing ever gets solved.
You know what I mean? And I feel like it's really important that we as men in this room, we give them the facts today.
But there was a specific reason that Donald Trump, even though
why is he here? We're going to move on. We're going to move on because we got a bunch of different talking points. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I got to open the chains on the door. The chains on the door. Hold on. My apologies. Sometimes I forget, put the chain on the door. Oh, yeah. All right. I needed to take a breath anyway. So maybe that was divine. What is it called? Divine intervention? Maybe that's what that was. All right. So we're going to move on. What did I say we're moving on to? All right. 3714. We're going to talk about economy. We're going to continue talking about the economy. 3714.
Wilson, now you're an entrepreneur also, and there is, and we've talked about this a lot, there is the belief that the economy was better under Trump, and it plays itself out. On my radio show, I hear it so much, I started to believe it, and I know better. I'm like, wait a minute, you can lie. And
matter of fact, the chain on the door, it's 10:39. You shouldn't be out this late. Chain goes on the door at 9 p.m.
To me, and I'm feeling like you were telling the truth. Why is that so pervasive? And they truly believe it. It's not something that they're kind of just repeating by rote.
I mean, I think it's important to note that prices were lower during the Trump presidency, but an important point has already come out in this conversation. President Trump inherited the Obama economy, right? Like that is.
Oh my God, yo! And this is why I should have had Byron Donalds. I should have. So this is what happens. I show y'all clips to prove certain points, just like I showed y'all the clip a while ago with Donald Trump and what we saw earlier with the fine people on both sides. I literally just need to save the same clips because I don't like playing the same clips to prove certain points. But when people bring up these things, Byron Donalds had a debate with I forget the gentleman from Alabama. I forget his name. And he was talking about everybody saying that Trump inherited the economy from Barack Obama. The economy was growing at, I think it was like 1 to 1.5% or whatever. When Trump came in, he increased it to 3 to 3.5%. Go back and look at the numbers. If that's the case, then Trump did his job, but doing his job would have been keeping it. If Barack's economy was great, doing his job may have been just keep doing the same thing. But the fact that he increased it, how do you not give credit for that? How do you just say that Barack inherited it? So did Joe Biden inherit Trump? Like at what point do we give credit? And I guess we could always, if we want to look at the glass half full, we'll look at it half full. If we want to look at it half empty, we'll look at it half empty.
It's just something that we have to put on the table that happened. He inherited what the previous administration had done to make sure that the economy was in a good position when he started. Now, if you fast forward, many of the businesses that I serve at the Gathering Spot, when I think about what we were talking about during the Trump presidency, those conversations were not positive, right? So I don't remember this magical time period when everyone was doing well. We were still talking about access to capital being tough to find. We were still talking.
You mean like the HBCUs having a tough time getting access to capital when they had to keep coming back to the White House every year? And Trump said, why do y'all have to keep coming back to me? Remember, he said that. He said, hey, the only bad thing is going to be, I'm going to give you guys, an extension, to where you have guaranteed funding every year. So you don't have to keep coming back and asking. The only bad thing is going to be I won't see you guys anymore. Is that what you're referring to? Or you're referring to something different? Because people, it's like if he didn't do anything, then say perfectly fine. He didn't do anything. But if he did certain things, but maybe not enough, then at least acknowledge the things that were done so we can have an honest, fair conversation.
About trying to figure out ways to grow and scale our businesses. None of those fundamentals changed throughout the Trump presidency. And to the idea of having a plan, I never saw President Trump produce a plan while we were going through that time period. When COVID hit and we were in the middle of just very, very tough circumstances, what I watched happen were businesses in the community close.
And a lot of those businesses closed. You noticed what Florida was doing, and a lot of these Republican-led places, it was the Democrats that were pushing to close a lot of this stuff. Let's be real. I remember there were gyms down by the shore. They removed their door or something, or they tried to lock up the door. They cut off the door, cut off the chains and stuff like that. I forget. Come on, we just got to be honest. We got to be honest. And it was a pandemic. It was a pandemic, but neither here nor there. Let's keep going. What do we have? Yeah, 9 p.m. Shy. All right, hold on. What's the next talking point? Yeah, got me. All right, so we're at 38:35. All right, so let's move to 45:35. We're going to talk about migrants. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.